Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, founder of CareerKunj and former HR and recruiter of TCS. Friends, in this video, I will share about a topic which is something very important and which is very relevant for the students who are appearing for their interviews, which is how to handle nervousness in the interview. And again, in this video, I will try to share very personal insights as an interviewer, how I have seen candidates when they get nervous, and then how I have felt when way back I have given the interviews and how to handle the nervousness. Okay, so let's start. So first thing is that all of us have to accept that nervousness is very common, and it is okay to feel nervous in the interview. Because why do you feel nervous? Because nervousness comes when we are conscious about the result. All of us want to get selected. All of us want to do good. All of us want to answer all the questions, and all of us try to ensure that everything we should prepare. But as a human, whenever we think about the results, we are bound to get anxious. We are bound to get nervous, and that is why nervousness comes. You can think, if you are not conscious about the result, suppose you are giving an interview whose result doesn't matter to you, I'm very sure you will not feel nervous. You will only feel nervous when you are conscious about the result, you are conscious about the outcome. Okay, so nervousness, first thing you have to understand that it is very common and everybody feels nervous. I have heard Hrithik Roshan, I have heard Amitabh Bachchan, everybody has accepted that they also feel nervous when they go on the camera or when they appear for something big. Okay, so it is something very common with every human being, and you have to understand this and you have to accept it first. What happens is that when you get nervous, you try to start fighting with it that no, I should not be nervous, this should not happen to me, and that is where you spoil your energy. The first step to work on anything is the acceptance. So you have to accept that yes, I am feeling nervous and it is completely fine. And just to tell you one good thing is that panels also know that the candidate will feel nervous. It is something that panels are also trained about, and they have an experience that they have taken so many interviews, and they also know candidates some feel some nervousness, and that is completely fine. Some panels try to even help you with your nervousness, help you to calm down by offering water, asking you some lighter questions in the starting, asking how are you doing and how was your day. Okay, so they also are good to make you comfortable. At least many of them, if not all. Some panels are a little serious. I must say they are not experienced, because an experienced panel will always know that it is important to make the candidate comfortable so that the best can come out of it. If you are nervous, then what will happen? Your brain will not work in the full capacity. There will be a cutoff of the oxygen, and you will not be able to think in the moment, and you will spoil your entire interview. I have seen many students who are very good technically, but they are not good with their confidence, and they are not able to handle nervousness, because of which they get stuck, they get fumbled, and they spoil the interview. So very, very important that all of you should understand that nervousness is very common, and you should accept it and feel like, okay, it is completely fine that I am feeling nervous. Now, another thing that you should do to handle your nervousness is, you should prepare well. So whenever you are prepared, at least for the common questions, you can immediately answer them. And another important thing that you should know is this: nervousness and confidence both have compounding effect. For example, if you don't answer one question, so your nervousness will increase. If the next question, the next question after that. Likewise with the confidence. If you answer one question, your confidence will increase, and it will increase if you answer few more questions after that. Right? So basically, if you prepare the common questions, like the first question is always in the interview, tell me about yourself. So if you have a good preparation about this, you can immediately start with confidence, and you will be able to control your nervousness, and then it will go down immediately in the starting, and a good start will lead to a good end, most likely. Okay, so prepare about the frequently asked questions like tell me about yourself, or any other common questions which you think can be asked in the interviews. So this is one very important thing, because see, also as a PhD student into psychology, I have researched that, I have also seen that usually the nervousness is still the moment our interview start. For example, we are waiting for the interview, and people are coming and sharing, they are asking this, they're asking that. So we are, it is increasing our nervousness, right? And we started thinking, what if they will ask me, oh, I have not read this topic, oh, I have missed that topic, oh, I'm not confident in this. What if they ask for my project, I'm not good in my project, or somewhere else. And we are continuously thinking, and overthinking is a sign of nervousness. So all this is there till the moment we enter the room and our interview start. The moment the interview start, we forget all this thing and we focus on the questions being asked in the interview. So very, very important that all of you should read something before your interview in the ideal time when you are waiting for the interview. Because if you not occupy your mind somewhere, then you can listen to songs also by putting in the head plugs, and then you just divert your mind. Because if you don't divert your mind, it is naturally, it will go somewhere. Zero thought is not possible, and your mind needs something to think. And in such times of interview, of important incidents in life, it is something that it goes for negative thinking, it goes for the overthinking, and then it will increase your nervousness. So you should read something. Reading is anyway a good habit, and you should have a book always in your bag, and that is what I have learned from many leaders that I have worked with, that they always keep a bag. If not a book, then you can keep something in your mobile, or you can make a playlist that you can listen to, which gives you more peace and more focus. Okay, so very, very important that you should occupy your mind, divert your mind, because if you sit idle, then there are more chances that you will feel nervous. Third thing, very, very important, is that whenever you feel like you are getting nervous, something is uncomfortable with you, be open about it. Mention that you are feeling nervous. Take a sip of the water. Take a taking a deep breath is very important, because in nervousness we started doing short breathing. Okay, so when we do short breathing, our body doesn't pacify, it doesn't get calm. So deep breathing helps into making you comfortable, and again recharging yourself. So whenever you feel like, okay, I'm feeling nervous, something is not going good, be open about it. You can tell the panel, sir, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling a little nervous. Can I have a glass of water? And take a deep breath. Panel will also understand that you need a little time to directly come on to the harder questions, and they will start the discussion with lighter questions. So nothing wrong. Don't suppress something. If you suppress something, it will definitely overpower you. So that is another advice, that be open about nervousness. It is completely fine, and panels are more experienced to handle your nervousness. Okay. And another thing is that you should know that everybody, as I said, face nervousness, including your panels. So I remember way back, in 2017, 18, I was, appearing for an internship. And then I literally, in that internship, though I was answering, very well, my hand was shaking. And that made me realize that how nervousness, is represented from your body gestures. And then I felt, though I was prepared, but I was still feeling nervous. So I have kept that lesson in my mind, that student feel nervous. And whenever I evaluate a candidate, while taking his interview, I understand that he will feel nervous, but it is completely fine, and nobody will take your nervousness wrongly. Please understand. I have seen some candidate even sweat as well, but that is fine. Nobody will reject you because you are nervous. Only and only if you spoil your performance by interrupting your thinking process, then only your interview gets spoiled. But otherwise, if you are showing some gestures, if you are sweating, if your hands are shaking, don't worry, nobody will judge that, and they will more look at on the answers you are giving. And as long as the answers are correct, you can definitely high chances that you will get selected. So very important that you understand the panels are aware about your nervousness, and they also have gone through this nervousness. Okay. Another last thing, that before I wind up, I want to tell you a very, very long-term solution that will help you in overcoming nervousness. Nervousness is not just about interview. Many times it is a part of the personality. The nervous people are nervous everywhere, be it interview, be it public speaking, be it they are getting late to catch any flight, or getting late for any other important event. The nervousness overcomes them. So it is a research that if you are physically fit, if you have high stamina, if you daily exercise, then there are less chances that you will get nervous, because you have high resilience, you have high brain efficiency, you have high caliber to handle the nervous and stressful situations. So very important that all of you should all of you should do little bit exercise in your day. I know this day people don't find time, but it is important, because it will boost your confidence, it will boost your energy, and will definitely help you to overcome nervousness. I'm not expecting much. 10 to 15 minutes of exercise, quick yoga, or small activities of sweating, I think will help you a long way. Basically, if we go deep into neuroscience, then we will understand that it is the chemicals in the brain, which get imbalanced, and we started getting anxious and nervous. And when you do exercise, the imbalance of the chemical get balanced, and you naturally started feeling more confident and more calm. So very, very important to practice things like exercise, meditation, listening to music, and you should know what triggers your nervousness and how to handle it. And this will not help you just in the interview, but it will certainly help you throughout your entire life. Okay, so with this, I would like to suggest you some books that you can read as a student, and that will help you, and will give you good thoughts, and try to make you more disciplined, and will definitely help you a long way to improve your well-being, and of course to handle your nervousness. One is The Atomic Habits by James Clear. Wonderful books to make good habits. Second is Self-Discipline. Third, you can read is The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Again, nervousness and other anxiety-related issues a lot to do with the subconscious mind. So you should program your mind to be more confident. And then Miracle Morning is another good book that you can read. And then you can read another book by Sister Shivani, The Power of One Thought. Again, a very good book that will give you good thoughts, to be more calmer and more responsive, not reactive, in stressful situations. So these are few things that you can follow for reading books, and reading books is one of them. And if you want to practice meditation, we run a free of cost meditation club, which you can join by the link given below in the description, wherein we teach meditation from morning 6:30 to 7 every day, and Sunday we do expert session. So that will also help you if you're interested. All right, so I hope these tips have helped you, and this will help you to face the next interview more confidently, and to be more confidently not just in the interview but in the life. And yeah, so with this we'll conclude the video, and thank you so much for watching, and do follow us for more such interesting tips about placements and interview preparation. Thank you so much.